If you're interested in starting a YouTube channel for fun and or profit, check out the YouTube Producer's Handbook 2nd edition. It's on Amazon right now in paperback and for Kindle. So if that's something you're interested in, check it out. If you want to be notified when Breakfast Club videos go up, remember to subscribe and click the bell.
You say you wanna try, but you never do. Sugar, there's a reason why we lose. You say you wanna cry, but you never do. Sugar, there's a reason why we lose.
Hey guys, Nathan Brandon Masters, Breakfast Club Wednesdays. I wasn't feeling very well today. I just ate, so I'm actually feeling a lot better. So that's good. But I really wasn't able to get anything down, and I didn't just want to upload some bullshit. So this is a sketchbook tour I did for my main channel. So if you like that kind of thing, check it out. If not, I'll get back with you next week. Hopefully I can get some stuff together. And I really hate getting videos up at this time. Typically, if I haven't done a video by a certain time, I just don't do one because I'm never at my best at this time of night. But here is the sketchbook tour. So I'll see you guys next week. Now, this was a character I created a long time ago named Ash. This is just different variations of that character, different styles. The one down here looks like a young Tom Hanks, so I thought that was pretty funny. I might throw that character in a book, actually. That might be a whole new guy. Now, there actually is another character called Ash. He's from a company called Event Comics, but they stopped publishing in the 90s, so I'm not sure what's going on with that character. But my character was created for a manga comic I was doing at that time, and I've gone through quite a few variations, and this is just a few of those variations. Next on the list is Eunice. You guys know about him. He's an evil magician, evil mystic, and he was one of Ash's enemies. And this is a kind of an updated version of that character that I was playing around with. And this was early on in the 28 days. So I was really kind of just drawing whatever to just kind of get something down on the page. So this is what I got. But what I forgot was that I had already redesigned Eunice in a similar way, and he's actually in Epitaph Red and Salt issue 1. He's just a minor character. If you have Epitaph Red and Salt, see if you can pick out where he's at, because I don't say his name in the book, but he is in there. So yeah, so I did redesign him already, but he's such a small player right now that I didn't even think about it. He was a former Sketchbook Mechanics character, which is the book that Ash was from. And speaking of Ash, here's another interpretation of him. This is a younger, kind of teenage interpretation of the character. This is just some random sketching that I did. That was just something I just kind of threw down and just said, okay, here's something. Again, this was close to the beginning of the 28 days of drawing, so I was just trying to get some things down, and this is what I got for that day. So this was a sketch of my room, just like a door with a jacket hanging on it. That's supposed to be a book bag down there, and my television from when I had television, but I threw the TV out because it burned out. It was like an older HD set, and it finally went kaput. You guys remember Graven Faust? This is one of the first drawings that I did that really kind of inspired me to kind of change the style, change my drawing style a little bit, not just in the ideal of drawing manga, but to just kind of experiment in general with a difference of style. And that's kind of this thick line, kind of sketchy style that I really, really liked. Plus, I was watching another artist called Kesh, who was drawing in a thick line style. It looked really nice, very clean, very intriguing. Mine is not that clean, but I did like the thick line, the idea of that thick line style. This is a church interior that I was kind of just kind of quickly sketching to keep in mind. I might use this location later in one of my books. You guys remember when I drew this? I don't know if I actually drew this on, if you guys actually saw me draw this, but this is just a little character I did. I was just working with the eyes and things. This is during the time when I really was trying to focus on the manga stuff. So that's what that's about. You remember this character. For those who don't know him, this is Toshiro. This is one of my manga characters along with Ash. He is a friend of Ash, as a matter of fact. His alter ego is a superhero called Moonrise. And I haven't done much with him either. And again, that was in our kind of mixed universe where it's kind of one of those futuristic sword and sorcery kind of universes. You had the sword and sorcery theme, but it was set in a high-tech world. So that was the whole kind of setting of the comic, which I might go ahead and do that. This is Eunice and some random characters. The guy in the upper left corner, I've taken to calling him Mr. Slick. And the lady kind of actually looks a little bit like Zombie Girl before she became Zombie Girl. So, but I didn't give them any they were just random characters. Some thumbnails that never happened, and another drawing of Graven Faust. I actually drew this one for one of the videos. So you guys saw me draw this one. Another drawing with thick lines. I went in with thin line for the hair, but this is kind of like his definitive look. So he's rolling with his jeans and hoodie. This guy's trench coat, real relaxed type of character, relaxed style kind of character. And this is just a sketch of things on my desk. This wasn't anything fancy. This is just something I did, again, just to kind of sketch it, just to have something down on paper. My desk was there, and so I drew the items on it. It's another drawing of Ash, and this one I colored. This is the drawing that made me decide to get some coloring pencils because the markers were definitely too dark for the paper that I was using, and they always came out darker than I wanted them to, especially with the skin tones. So I went ahead and got the coloring pencils. This is just some trash art that I did. I think I was at Mariano's or somewhere. I was kind of just sitting around drawing, and I just kind of did this. I drew the interior, and then I wanted to put somebody in there, so I just drew that random person. I was practicing with hands a little bit because I definitely need to practice with the hands. I think we all can do with some hand practice. I think this actually started out as a drawing of a fence. This was a gate that I started drawing. And I was going to draw like this abandoned building. You'll see that come back into play later on. You can see the blue line that's been laid down there. For some reason I decided to go with hands instead. So some more hands I did on the back side. I think I was drawing that in ballpoint pen. Is that ballpoint pen? I think I was drawing those hands in ballpoint pen. This is a brush piece. This is a piece that I really like. You guys, those who saw this when I showed it the first time, you know that this is Ayami, and she'll probably be popping up in my manga when I start on that, which hopefully I'll start for the 100 days of drawing comics. So that's my plan right now. I drew this with the Pentel brush pen, and I really can't say enough about that. That's the feud brush pen. Is that what they call it? I drew it with that. Here's another variation of Ash. This actually became a different character. This is a Yami back there and Ash up here, and at least who would have been Ash, but I'm changing him. He's going to become another character because I've drawn that character this way before, and this is not Ash. This is kind of what I thought Ash would look like as an adult, but not really. So this may be adult Ash, but I'm thinking about making him another character. So this is like full-grown college age Ash. This is Ash going supernova. We talked about this. I showed this off before. This is just a scribble drawing that I did. I just knocked that out with scribbles. Here are Eunice and Graven Faust again. I was complaining about this one because I made Graven look like a kid in this. I wasn't good with the eyes and the face on that. So I made him look like a kid, and I wasn't really going for that. So now this, I messed up. Okay, these are my two. I talked about this before. The two nice pieces I had, and then I have that garbage over here. Garbage. And these are nice. I like those. Again, kind of the style that I'm going for. Again, I was fleshing out that style as I was drawing this, and those are ink drawings. These are ink drawings too. These are just kind of cartoon, cartoon ink drawings. So I did that. I got a little rocket ship, a little rocket ship in the background right there. So these are just little cartoons, kind of stuff. So nothing really special there. Just something I was doing to get something down on paper. Same thing with this. This person might pop up in a book. I actually like this character. I don't have a name or anything for her, but she may pop up in something because I like her. That's also a brush pen drawing. I think I did this one with the Tumbao. This is our character who I told you guys, if you gave her a name and a backstory, you could actually use her in your stuff. We would make an official name and backstory for her. You guys didn't take me up on that, so the offer still stands. Create a name and backstory for her, and I'll put her out there as a public domain character, and you guys can all use this character for your comics and things like that. Sad Girl is not enough of a name for this character. This is like an old country farmhouse, kind of like a haunted, possibly haunted farmhouse. This is one of those places where any movie serial killer would be. I did this in ballpoint pen. There's some trash art over here. There's a trash piece of Eunice in his robe. That's garbage. This is an ink drawing I did. I like this, but not this. I don't like the way the hair turned out on the right side. I was doing this in ink, but I don't like the way that hair turned out. The bangs are nice though. The bangs turned out really nice, nicer than they usually turn out. So I did like that, but not fond of how the right side of her hair turned out. So not a fan of that. All right, now some of you guys were around for this. You may remember I had trouble with the brush pens here. And I got to the face, and when I got to the face, I kind of smeared the brush pen in the ink. So the face I just messed the face up on this. The cloak looks nice. The coloring of the cloak was fine, but I don't like the strokes on the cloak. Looks like it's a crisscross pattern. I don't like any of that. I like the little thing I did in the background, the separator, but the face and all that together just this isn't good. I don't like this. So we're gonna move to the next page. Now I like this face, but it was just too big. I started drawing it too big, so I drew this picture instead. But this was just too big, and I ended up drawing this one. And this one was all right, but it didn't look as good as that other face started off looking. Now, this is a favorite of mine. This is a favorite. It became like the thing that really kind of cemented kind of a style that I wanted. And you'll see after this one, the art actually gets a lot better because I kind of got it down like, yeah, okay, this is what I want. You know, going between this, the picture of Graven Faust, the first one I did. Now, over here, okay, what I said about the art getting better, this is garbage. This is some trash superhero art. But I have somebody on a hovercraft up there, so that's always good. Get a hovercraft in there. I like that kind of stuff. The little the anti-graphs at the bottom and everything. I like that. Okay, now this is when it starts to get better. So I started kind of defining this style a little bit more, and this is kind of what I see a book looking like in this style, especially if I want to do the kind of the manga style. This is kind of like what I'm looking at. I would obviously work on the facial features a little bit, but this is the body type and overall look of the style that I would like. So that's what I want with that. But this is where it kind of, everything kind of goes uphill from this point. So I have this. You guys remember, this is the one that I pasted into the sketchbook because I had drawn it on Bristol board, and I did another piece up here. That wasn't all that great. But again, this is another ink. Actually, this looks like I did a blue line first, and then I went over it in ink. This again, another favorite of mine. This is the girl on the bus who I kind of altered the character a little bit, and I altered her a little bit, turned her into a character, added the red and white hat, the scarf. You see I fixed the scarf there. The scarf is all red now. The shirt is green like it was supposed to be, and the sweater is blue. So I did fix that up. I think I showed you an update in the actual video, but I did fix that up. And now we're getting to where I'm at now. So this is kind of the definitive look of the kind of style that I'll be going for, particularly when I do the 100 Days of Drawing Comics. This is the kind of style that I want in the book, and you'll see more of the art gets like this. I talked about this. This is Ashen from Epitaph Bread and Salt. I went ahead and added some background back there, just so it wouldn't be so blank. But this is the manga version of Ashen. I would have liked to do. I really want to get in there and really get the face right. That's kind of like a key thing. But that's the manga version of Ashen from Epitaph Bread and Salt. I talked about this one. I think I just talked about this just yesterday, the day before yesterday. This is Lauren in Victor Lock Demon Hunter. I was kind of amused by this one because this looks like Heather Dorff, who played Lauren in the movie. So that was kind of amusing to me. So I enjoyed that. And this Night Phoenix, and kind of like an outline drawing of Night Phoenix. It's not a finished piece, but I just kind of went in and just kind of drew like the body. And now you get to see some art that you haven't seen. This is art from yesterday, actually. I drew this yesterday, and I kind of drew just kind of like like a thuggish dude. He's getting ready to make an exchange. You know how they do in the movies? You have the duffel bag. You go meet somebody and I'll make the exchange. It always goes wrong. It's a shootout or some martial arts happen or something like that. So that's this guy on the way to an exchange. It's kind of like a warehouse by the docks kind of setting. Again, like you see in the movies. Now, I messed this up. This is supposed to be a chain, like a chain on a crane, and it should be tighter, like where the box connects, it should be tighter. You get the general idea if I were to draw this over. Obviously, it would look better than this. But this is just kind of a quick sketch of it. There's a little corny car down there that I drew. And this is the final image in the sketchbook. And this is that abandoned building I was talking about. This is a different abandoned building. And I drew this. This has more grass and stuff around it. And it looks a lot like this, a lot more creepy. So I did get my abandoned building in there. So there you have it, guys. That is my sketchbook. So this is the Art 1 sketchbook. There were some pages that I tore out of it. I had some garbage tier art in there from like before I even started the 28 days. So I took that. I did take that out of there. So that's not in there. But that's it for this book. So you guys know what comes next.